Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game that we're making. So here we are in Jenny's house. I'm going to do a couple other things in here before we leave. So the first thing I'm going to do is make it so that you can kind of rest here. So you sleep in our bed? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We need some place to be able to restore our HP, so I'm going to do something kind of silly here. We're going to create an inn here that costs 20 coins. Yeah, we'll say it costs 20 coins to sleep here. Jenny is charging us. Except because Jenny is joining our team, we're immediately going to get that money back because she's in our team. We're giving it to our own teammate who is on our team. So I thought that would be kind of fun. Now, if I wasn't going to be doing this with the inn, what I would instead do is go to party status and increase HP, increase MP. You hit the restore status option to cure these ailments. These three ailments are the status ailments that remain outside of battle, by the way. But I think I kind of like the coin option better. Oh yeah, and if I was doing this manually, I'd also have the screen fade to black at some point. Have I shown off this option yet, by the way? You can change the screen color. And you can also make it so the screen color changes just the map, or just the characters on the screen, or your team, that sort of thing. We'll be taking advantage of this option eventually. And the next thing I'm going to do here is I want this to actually kind of do something. Because we're going to do some rearranging on the map outside. By the way, hi there, Sir Rosser. Welcome to my stream. I am chugging along here, ever so peacefully. Something like that. So we need this to take us outside the house. And it's going to, let's see here. It's going to put us right about here. Yeah, it's going to put us there, and there's a reason for that. So let's go back to the map editor. Been a little bit since we've been there. The dungeon editor, I should say. And here's the problem. So you're standing up here where this treasure is, except the screen's going to be sitting like this, which means you can see the end of the stream at the top of the screen. I'm not entirely a fan of that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move everything 2 spaces down. There we go. On 2. And then I'll go ahead and... Where is the water again? Over to the right. And I'll fill this up. Along with that, I also want to continue the water downward, which means get rid of these. And I kind of want to do something special here, because I decided, nah, maybe the secret won't be up here. There will be a secret up here, but it's not going to be like that. So we're actually going to get rid of these. And I'm going to go down to the lily pads right here. Just kind of have random lily pads here and there. Probably will actually have like so. But not make it apparent that you can step on them from up there. Instead, I'm just going to have a lily pad right here. Now, I want to make it so that you can't actually see the secret from here. So... like so. That'll be where that secret is actually going to be. Which means we need to extend the water beyond that. So that is going kind of off screen. That'll do. Get some grass. The trees put in place. So the treetops here, tree bottoms here. There. Meanwhile, up here, I'm going to cut this and put it here. So the plan here is I want the player to be able to come outside the house in order to find the treasure here. Now let me see here. Okay, this is far enough off screen that even though it's like that, they're not going to notice that the path suddenly ends there. Let's get out of that option. You know, we got a fence option. I should perhaps throw a fence in somewhere. Maybe not, though. Well, however, spruce things up a little bit here and just kind of have some grass. Because it's grassy and stuff, you know? Oh, we can't put grass there. Because that's where the treetops are. Okay, back to the grass. There we go. This looks a little bit better. A little bit. I also need to move this around. So, because I've got the shop entrance actually on the right on the inside. So, to make up for it, I need to get this reversed. And get to the brick area. Here we are. Oop, not that. There. Put your flowers there. Grass here. And these fancy tiles like so. And our nurse friend is still dirt poor, so she only gets a dirt path. That's a fun way of thinking of it. Dirt poor, dirt path. And, you know, just for funsies, I'm also going to do something else here. There's an object over here that I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to be. Where is it? There it is. This thing right here. I'm not entirely sure what this is supposed to be. Maybe it's a chimney? So I'm just going to throw it on top of the house like a chimney smokestack. We're not going to have a chimney on the inside. I just want it on the outside because it looks interesting. By the way, I am tired of this town being called the Town of Town. Anybody in the chat got a suggestion for the town's name? The suggestions for the name of the town? Meanwhile, I'll just go ahead and call this Jenny's house. And this will just be the shop. Sir Roger says, when you live in Butt Town, you've got to get down. Get down, Butt Town. Well, this town is kind of the butt of jokes. But do I really want to call it Butt Town? I don't know. Anybody else got a name? One that won't necessarily make the most prudish of people avoid this game? I'll throw it in as a placeholder at the very least. I don't know. Actually, now that I see it written down, I'm kind of warming up to it. So, yeah, maybe I will have it, unless something better came up with. I mean, we could call it, like, Butter Town. Maddie says that he doesn't have any idea. Too much sinus congestion at the moment. That is a bummer, dude. I hope you feel better. Sick ratatas are not fun ratatas. Or sick anything isn't a fun anything. Sir Rostra says butter is better. I can't believe it's not Butt Town. Okay, so from here, I need to actually make the stuff. So we got our treasure up here. Oh, that's right. Because I moved everything up, I'm going to... Oh, wait. Because I moved everything down a couple spaces, I'm going to have to move all the eventing down 2 spaces. Although the door here needs to be moved to the correct side as well. In fact, that also means that I'm going to have to move the location of this so that it places us in the correct spot. No, not event. Or not dungeon. Event. And there's also the matter of the treasure up here. I didn't forget it. So, what have we got in here? The fire rod? No. No, we're not going to have the fire rod in there. We're going to have something else in here. This is going to be where we get our boat. I don't know if I'll actually have that free experience item. So this will be where we get our boat from. We're not going to have to go through a dungeon in order to get the boat. Instead, the dungeon will be holding a different item. Alright, switches. I want to make note of switches. 6, 7. I don't think I've used switch number 7 yet. So even though this particular situation is a treasury event and it keeps track of itself being opened, I do want to have switch 7 be turned on here. Because the acquisition of the boat will be what makes our trip across the water be a thing. So, let's see. I'm actually going to make it so that you can always see that place. Oh, I also need to make sure it actually goes to the right location, because I moved the dungeon a space or two. So that'll put us there. And as for the path, that is going to be tied to switch number 7. Now, what do I want to do from here? I suppose I could do a little bit of sprucing up with this one cutscene real quick. Event number 5, page 2. We're going to have the screen shake for a moment whenever he crashes into the wall. Did we have a sound effect when this happens? I could go with a better sound effect at some point. I'll look over my sound effects later and figure that out. So now we got it so that walking into this will take us outside. Make sure we got this correct. Yeah. And we also need to make sure that we can get back inside. No, not a character. We're going to go inside. And that's how that's going to work. As for the treasure over here, we're just going to go ahead and make it money. It'll be full of money, therefore it'll be a gold chest. And kind of use a similar script to this. Got money! How much money? Well, let's see. If a regular potion costs 100, they'd probably want to buy like 5 of them at least. We'll give them... Oop. That was weird. Let's try this again. We're gonna go ahead and give them 2,000 coins to start with. Oh, make sure it's interacted with by checking it. Is this one also checked? No, it's bumped. Screw you, checking it. And you are overdue for checking. And just for funsies, now how do I want to do this? Do I want to make it so that once you have the key, you can open this anytime? Not by using the key, I don't think. Oh, I already got this kind of set up to do exactly that. Okay, so I want to do a little bit of a fun thing here. I want to make it so that, yes, if you are holding the cursed key, you also disappear. So, let's see here. What I'll do is, if we have the key, and we'll need to change the graphic. And I'm going to make it so that the party disappears whenever they flip it on. And this guy is going to have a special page here. Switch on to... Okay. This is going to be a special page that this is going to take over to. And we're going to have him be all gasp. Quickly move to the left. It's going to take over to that page with that sound effect. And this'll make the party reappear. Which I believe for that we just choose default. Yeah. And he'll be all... Don't do that. Oops. And lastly, go back to this guy so that he can be moved again. And he'll move to the right. He's not in much as a hurry this time, so he'll just move slowly there. And face on back down. So let's go ahead and test this out. Hopefully I got this right. So, of course, we got this guy who, for whatever reason, is tied to a switch. His cursed key made me disappear. Take it. So now we have the key. And that made us disappear. Ah, I did a thing wrong. That almost worked. Let's fix it up a little bit here. First things I'm going to do is have a little bit of a delay when he notices you kind of disappear there. And of course I gotta make it so that this is facing down. So now it should actually work properly. So, get the key. Don't do that! Well, too bad, I'm gonna do it anyway. And the reason why I have him step there, by the way, is because I could be flipping the switch here or here, and I don't want to appear on top of him. I wonder if there's an option to have him face the player. I know there's an option for an event to chase the player, although it's not really much of a chase option. Event status. Turn left, turn right, unable to execute. Event direction. No, that's not an option. In RPG Maker 2, that is an option. So that's enough of that for now. While I'm on the subject of moving and that sort of thing, I do kind of want to go over a couple of random options that aren't actually going to have any importance here. So we'll just throw in a couple of random characters. We're going to go ahead and have this character and this character. So these characters are going to be kind of racing each other. They're going to be moving to the left and right. This girl is going to be quick, and this guy is going to be slow. So with those options in place, you would expect that this girl will be moving a whole lot faster than this guy, right? That's actually not how it works. They actually move at the same rate. It just means that the girl's little movements are overall speedier. But it does not involve any sort of faster progress. It's kind of weird that. Just kind of wanted to point that out. It's an interesting thing. Weird thing about Aubergine Maker. Aubergine Maker has a bunch of little quirks. In fact, since we're at the end of this stream just about, I've got a few minutes left. There's one fun thing that I want to do. And by fun, I mean dangerous. So what I'm going to do is save my game, both the system data and the scenario data, and because I'm super paranoid about this, I'm actually going to remove my memory card. I'm about to do something really fun here. So, near the start of this make-through, I kind of wound up creating, I showed you guys a fun little sort of glitch thing. Basically, where is it? Okay, first things first, before I do this, I'm going to change the song that plays on the menu, because I kind of want you guys to kind of pay attention to how the song is right now. And what it sounds like. And of course we have all these sound effects of me moving the cursor and that sort of thing. So, I'm going to go ahead and, not that, game system, and there's an interesting glitch where if you go through these options and you're kind of getting ready to turn off head equipment, but you change your mind so you back out, for some reason this places the cursor outside the boundary of the selection box. And this is kind of interesting. So what happens if I happen to select where the cursor is now and choose on? Well, it acts like I'm on the magic option. But the fun begins whenever you try choosing stuff above the magic option. Let me get to the part of my notes where I list this stuff because I don't want to screw this up. Where was it in my notes? Ah, there it is. So, we're two options above right now. If I go up one and choose this, it's going to crash RPG Maker. If I go up from there, and I choose on, that's an interesting thing. And all of a sudden, while the music is going, I no longer have sound effects. Let's cancel out of that. I'm going to back up a bit. And there's no music here. But I'll go back into edit. And the music is all messed up. Very interesting sounding, but the audio is still glitched out. No sound of menu cursors. Let's see here. And the other thing, real quick. This is a really fun one right here. Let's go ahead and do this again. Where's the option? There we go. Okay, game system, get it started. So, up one is crash, up one is the one I just did. Up from there crashes again, crashes, and up again. does this. I hit cancel and that it makes it stop doing the thing. And oh, and we're crashed. Oh boy, isn't this fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset my PS2 now. So I have a few people who are watching this right now. I don't suppose you or somebody you know is really good at hacking, because I'm clearly modifying the editor's data whenever I do that, and I'm really curious what happens if I keep on going. A lot of options wind up crashing it, and I don't have time to go in there and test every crashing option, because it means every time I would have to reset this and that sort of thing. I'd like to know if anybody would be willing to go in here and like look at the game data of RPG Maker, look at the code, and see what these other options might be pointing to. Because I suspect that some options might actually be useful. Like, for example, the max HP a character can have in RPG Maker is 9,999. I'm kind of wondering if through some magic of using that glitch, you could increase their HP beyond that amount. So, if you know how to like hack RPG Maker, or somebody out there knows how to hack, I'd be very curious to know what sort of fun things you can do with that option. Anyway, with that out of the way, we are done with this stream. I'm glad I got to show that off. It's kind of a really fun glitch. There's also another fun glitch in RPG Maker that's really dependent on luck. I don't know if I'll get to show it off. Maybe. We'll have to see. For now, though, we're done. And in the next stream, I guess we'll give our characters some magic and give them the treasure that's waiting inside the dungeon, the lava place, and hopefully, at some point in the next couple of hours, we actually will make some forward progress. I just kind of want to get the beginning of the game polished up before we move on, for reasons which I will specify when the time comes. Thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one.